Fashion is visual communication. It's a way of expressing key elements of your personality through what you wear. It's easy to make assumptions about someone's personality and who they are based on what they're wearing. We can tell if someone is a nice guy, a nerd, or a bad boy. Today I'm going to talk specifically about punk fashion and the bad boy image associated with it. But I'm going to use an unlikely example: Korean pop music, or K-pop for short. K-pop is a massive industry with a wide range of groups and idols. The main idea driving the K-pop industry is that each idol has a unique personality and style that appeals to certain types of fans. For example, Psy is funny, CL is known for her edgy hip-hop style and aesthetic, and G-Dragon is K-pop's bad boy. One of my favorite examples of wardrobe in K-pop music videos is G-Dragon's Crooked video, because of how strong his visual communication is in each of the outfits shown in the video. In fact, I always use this video in my fashion classes to illustrate how effective good use of visual communication can be when creating outfits. Among the outfits showcased in the video, we can see a Sex Pistols t-shirt, a black flag logo, and pants with handcuffs around the belt loops, which was a style pioneered by Johnny Rotten of the Sex Pistols. All of these images are references to punk and hardcore bands from the 70s and 80s. Now, it's unlikely that G-Dragon has many fans with deep knowledge of 80s punk and hardcore music. So why is his bad boy image still so effective? If only a small percentage of people are going to recognize the homage to old school punk music, why even include these symbols at all? Part of the effectiveness of his image in this video has nothing to do with the punk symbols at all, actually, and more to do with his timeless symbols of rebellion like the tattoos and dyed blonde hair. You'll notice even in the scenes where he's wearing a very formal double-breasted suit, his tattoos and blonde hair make it obvious that he's not a businessman. But the real answer about why these symbols of rebellion work so well in this video has to do with the longevity of symbols and how they can hold a tremendous amount of depth. Symbols can survive and hold their intended meaning long after their original use. And the way this happens is through their continued usage in future media. So what do I mean by that? Well, this G-Dragon video is a great example. It's a pop music video, but G-Dragon has already established himself as a rebellious and bad boy figure in the K-pop industry. So when he wears those logos or the styles echoing 80s punk music, people who have never even seen those images before continue to associate them with bad boys. It's a type of positive feedback loop. Those symbols were originally used by punk bands who were obviously rebellious, so more rebellious people started to use them, and the symbols were adopted by culture as a general image of rebellion. G-Dragon is a bad boy pop star, so he uses rebellious images that many rock stars before him have used, including Black Flag, Sex Pistols, Bad Brains, and more. And he helps keep those symbols alive. It's often said that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and in the case of fashion, this is definitely true. Good use of symbols and visual communication in your outfits can totally change the way people view you. Since we're talking about music videos, another great example of visual communication is Outkast's Roses video. The two characters are competing for a girl and given completely different images. Andre 3000 is portrayed as stylish and artistic with a preppy wardrobe, and Big Boy has a harder gangster look. This helps establish the kinds of people they might be, and it's all done through what they're wearing. Going back to K-pop, you can see this clean-cut preppy look in a lot of Psy's videos, where he uses formal Western pieces like blazers and neckties, paired with bright colors to make them pop harder and stand out more. In his Mame video, Jay Park plays up the bad boy look with more of a hip-hop edge, in contrast to G-Dragon's punk look in Crooked. There are tons of symbols being used to do this, from the chains he's wearing to the tattoos he has, and even what the girls around him are wearing. Most people simply ignore the wardrobes in film and music videos, but they don't realize how essential wardrobe is to communicating the overall qualities of the characters being portrayed, and the message of the video itself. If you spend some time thinking about why the stylist made their wardrobe decisions for a specific movie or music video, you'll start to get all kinds of ideas on how you can improve your own image. There are a few things you can do to hone your visual communication skills. 1. Pay attention to what people are wearing, whether it's in movies, music videos, or just when you're walking down the street. One of the best ways to learn about fashion is to observe how other people are dressing and try to understand what they're doing and why. 2. Try to create mood boards or photo collections of inspirational images. I use Tumblr, Pinterest, and Instagram to collect images of different styles I like. I don't limit myself strictly to clothing either. Anything that inspires me is fair game. This will help strengthen your visual library, especially if you're not a very visual person by nature. Remember to review your photo collections regularly to remind you of the styles, images, and symbols you like. 3. Brainstorm images that are associated with different types of people. For example, when you think of someone who likes heavy metal, you might think of images like skulls, long hair, guitars, tattoos, and body piercings. Now, obviously not every metalhead will fit into that description, and there's some stereotyping going on here. But that's how visual communication works. You use generalizations and common imagery to build an image that's clear to the majority of people. This is exactly what stylists do when they're hired to design wardrobe for photo shoots, commercials, or even movies. They're given an image they need to convey, and they use their extensive visual library to help it come to life. Practice by picking different subcultures or personality types and imagine how these types of people would dress. List all the images or symbols you can think of. You can even use Google or Pinterest to help you get started. So think about how you want people to see you. Do you want to be more elegant and clean cut? Do you want to show an artistic or creative side? Do you want to be more adventurous and rugged? Or how about the mysterious and exciting bad boy? Give it a try and see what you come up with.